Oh, snap! It's another Snap review from the Family Gamers.
This is a Snap review for Flip-Pix. Flip-Pix is a fast-moving card game for 2 to 6 players ages 6 and up. It was invented by Martin Nedergaard Anderson and is published by Amigo.
So, Andrew, let's talk about the art in this game.
I mean, there's art in this game.
At first glance, Flip-Pix bears a striking resemblance to Spot It. Circular cards, several pictures on them. But in Flip-Pix, the images are all roughly the same size, and there are letters on the reverse. That's different. How do we play?
Well, Amigo promises that their kids' games have 5 or fewer rules, and this one definitely fits that requirement.
Yes, it does.
Divide up the cards more or less evenly among all the players, with a single card on the table to start the game. Flip that one card to the picture side, and everyone tries to find a thing on that card that starts with a letter in their hand.
As soon as you find a match, shout out the word
Dragonfly.
And put your card letter side up on the table. Now everyone should look in their hands for a picture that could start with one of the available letters. If the match you play includes a red letter, you get to discard an extra card from your hand.
Go back and forth, alternating letter cards with picture cards until someone has emptied their hand. That's it. It's very simple. So what did we expect from this?
Well, given the look of Flip-Pix, especially the round cards, we expected a game that's something like Spot It. And once we saw the letters, I also expected something like Anomia Kids, where you're matching sounds with pictures. Since there are letters, we figured a little bit of reading skill would be required.
That would be helpful. But what surprised us about this game?
For me, flipping the cards in my hand from pictures to letters and back to pictures really slows me down. I ended up just holding a few cards at a time, so I wasn't trying to leaf through 10 or more and flip over the whole stack over and over again. With younger kids, I'd actually suggest laying out cards in 2 piles in front of them on the table, one with letters and one with pictures.
And that's another surprise. Observation skills are not enough. You need to be able to come up with a word that ties together a letter with a picture. And this was kind of surprising. The combination of skills needed means that kids or parents who normally aren't good at speed games might do well, or in my case, the reverse. What would happen a lot with me is I'd run through 3 or 4 cards and then I'd be stuck just for a really long time.
It definitely does get easier as you whittle down your hand of cards because there's less to try to focus on all at once.
So Anitra, do we recommend Flip-Pix?
Flip-Pix is definitely a fun game to play with a family. We had tense moments where everyone stared at their cards, like you mentioned, but there were also times where the cards were played out fast and furious with lots of back and forth action.
Since Flip-Pix is so small and so fast-moving, it makes for a great game to keep on hand for playing when you have a few minutes of downtime, like at a restaurant.
And the letter-picture combinations make it a good way to reinforce early reading, decoding skills with younger kids.
So we did some house rule shifts to keep things a little bit fair when playing with younger kids or players who had a reading disadvantage by maybe giving them fewer cards to start with or playing in a more deliberate, less speedy way. But the goal of the game is to get rid of all the cards in your hand, and the first one to do that wins. So that was a really easy way to rule shift for a younger player.
It was. You can find Flip-Pix for about $10, either on the Amigo website or at major retailers like Kohl's, Macy's, Barnes & Noble.
Speaking of this game, Flip-Pix from Amigo, what do you think we should rate this guy?
I think we're going to give it 4 pictures out of 5.
All right. And that's Flip-Pix
in a snap.